Oh, yeah. Come on, get up. I don't know. We get to where we can dodge these guys. Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at MadMax. This is a game that came out a couple years ago, and it was interesting because it didn't get a lot of fanfare, mainly because it was released among about a dozen other AAA titles. It also wasn't, it didn't have the best launch. It had some bugs in the game. And, needless to say, because of a lot of factors, it fell down on its face. However, I started this character a little bit ago in hopes to see if the game had actually improved. Now, I'm currently in the middle of the Gasworks mission. And I chose this one because there's a bunch of fights in here, and the biggest problem the game had was with the melee combat system. And back in the day, the melee combat system was very rough. It was hard to deal with. The character didn't do what it's supposed to do. And there's a lot of reasons. Okay, so edge crosses wall. Apparently. Oh, here we go. If you notice, it's later on this style of combat, basically perfected by the Arkham series.
Hear that? It's that guy! The Raggedy Man!
But when it first came out, this particular game had a horrible problem with being disjointed. Now, from what I've seen, it actually has gotten a little better. You know, it's the hitboxes for the QTEs are a little funky. They sometimes don't pick up correctly. But for the most part, it's not too bad. We'll get to the driving in a little bit, but I want to finish this particular area. So I can show you kind of like a big extent of the biggest complaints of this game, which really was the melee combat. It was just horrible. But if we look at the character screen, the customizations, not so much. These are just upgrades for your fists and for your armor, your jacket. This one here is your wrist armor, wrist guards, your ammo belt. As you can see, I'm not that far in the game. And I can actually give myself all kinds of oddball hairdos, but I like this one here. And this is my upgrade of my shotgun. And it tells you on the left-hand side when you can unlock things. I can almost get that last one there. And I have all the tools. And look at the car. Car's the same way. It tells you what story mission or requirements. Like here, it requires baby bars. This has big body bars. It requires a mission. It requires a frame. To be found. Let's see. This one here just requires a bunch of scrap and to reduce the threat level in the region. So you just gotta get an idea where everything
Call
is.
for him now.
Oh, it's a war color. Oh. This would be a good showing of how of the privacy. It still does that sometimes. But it's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be much, much worse. Because everything you did would just throw you off in some weird direction. And it was really bad. That's gotten better. It used to be much worse. It's actually playable. Now, before the fighting system was sometimes playable, sometimes not playable. We're on the PlayStation, so gotta keep that in mind. But there were far worse things going on in this game. Back when it first came out, explosion required to open this door. Okay, so there must be a gas can around here somewhere. Gas can. Gas can. Grab the scrap. Grab the gas can. And then what we do is we just light it and give it a heave. And it blows up half the thing. We're just so dead. Don't ask me why. Shouldn't be. It's gonna blow like that, but it should be gone. But it's a game. What do you expect? These kind of areas you expect to see more fighting in, but it's alright. Okay, come on. We're almost done with this area. Just gotta get to the top of the rig and then clear the boss, and we're good to go. And then we can go explore the car. And we'll see how the car's mechanics are. And again, the car has improved quite a bit, to be honest. Alright, we're gonna need this. Let's go ahead and drink up. Anything left? Yeah, there we go. Now we're good.
I'm drying out. Need water.
Ah, here we go. Here's the dude.
You must be killed. Like a beast you must suffer. Your blood must water the earth and your body drown into dust. I want you to know I feel no anger now. Only joy to kill
Ouch. Ouch. Ow. Come on over here, dude. should give him a nice headache. Oh, ow. Oh, it's a last round. There we go. That explosion was a good idea. This tank's made real easy. I forgot about that particular. And it's insignia. So that's the thing, is like you have goals at each location. So you have insignias, you have scrap, you have collectibles, and so on. At the end, it tells you what you've got. Like I missed an insignia in this particular area. So, the best thing for me to do is shut everything off. And even though it says I missed an insignia, it actually may not be the case. Because it may actually be on the way out. Same thing with scrap. Don't get discouraged if you're playing this game and you see, oh no, I missed scrap or I missed insignia or something. It's okay. Because it may actually be on the way out. And that's a important thing to remember, because not everything's before you get to the boss, which is unusual. Most games, it's like, if you missed it when you get to the boss, then you have to go back through the whole thing and see if you can find out where you missed it. When in this case, it's very likely that it may not be where you were already, and it may be somewhere you haven't been yet. Like whatever's after the boss. So you can always keep that in mind too. In this game. Most games don't do that. But it encourages you to explore. And find out if there's anything more. And the zip line takes slow down. And our people are downstairs already, so there should be a second zip line. Yeah, there it is. Oh, let's head around here somewhere. Continue. That was a case where the glitchiness just showed up. It happens, unfortunately. The game is still glitchy, I do say that, but it's much better. The fighting system is more fluid. You kind of have to pay attention to how many times you push the QT buttons.
Ready to finish the jack now.
But
Final touch. We can and must lay a dirt gash.
it's a thing. So this here is a vehicle that I can steal. And we gotta take this back to G. But once I've stolen this one, we can get some more parts and things from it. Get out of this oil pit. The Jeep. Okay, here we go. There we go. So this does have a gas mechanic, but it doesn't always make sense. Like sometimes the gas, it just seems like it never goes down. And other times it seems like it's always going down. Which is kind of odd. But the driving is definitely much better. It's really smooth. Yeah, you hit the bumps on the side of the road, you do go flying. Uh-oh. I think they're gonna follow me. Yeah, they are. with you. Ouch. Ow. No, the car. Alright, we got it. Before it blows up. If I dodge them enough times, they'll actually come out of the cars to chase me. Ouch. Check this guy. I was trying to outrun him, but it's okay. There it goes. Now, what we'll do is go back here in our stolen car and see if we can get this bad boy back to Jeets before it blows up on me. Because if that happens, then I lose it and I have to go back and get it. Worse. But that's okay. Jeets isn't that far away from here. It's almost there. They caught up with me. And I had to get out of the car to keep it from blowing up. I'll actually take out my car in a minute. We'll go do a bit of exploring in it. To show off the normal car mechanics that are in the game. Alright. Another vehicle collected.
Bask in your glory. Truly.
Oh, can I afford anything? Yeah, put that on there. Yes, please. That'll help. Engine upgrades. Alright, let's take our car out. Could be with the hunchback. Let's see now. Where do we go? Let's find ourselves. Is there a... Yeah, right here. But we're gonna do this first. So I'll show you the level up mechanic in this game.
Say, if you're looking to gain the favor of the gods, you can always do a death hunt.
And we'll see
Castle's
what
not far.
that system looks like real quick. Doesn't take long to do. But you can upgrade all your perks. So you can get better ammo or better finds. Yeah, RPG elements. But you gotta kind of come to this old hokey sounding person. And then he knocks you on your butt and you can get chopped over your butts that way. Come on. Let's talk to the dude.
Why must a vehicle be so important? Allies are a powerful aid. Even a dog can be a lifesaver. You focus your loyalty on a dead thing.
I can drive a car. I'll cross the plains of silence in a car. People, get in my way.
Do you trust a car?
More than any man.
We have a long way to walk.
And the shovel also gives you some advice
Deeper.
as you go through it. So I have 8 tokens battle. Wow, it's been a while. So let's see here. I'm gonna put it into maximum health. Yeah, that's good. Reduce legend status. Require scrap. If you're in with longer ammo. Fuel efficiency. You have to be left. Put 1 in water. 1 in melee weapons. I never use food, so it's not exactly a high priority, but definitely put this in water. I would collect my water more often. Come on, Max. Get up. Yeah, he just erases all this things when you use your points. And he comes back here. Or a couple other spots, I think. Depending on where you are. So from here, we want to go chase down this particular road. Because we want to try and get a new hood ornament. It's also a good way to show vehicle combat.
Oh, these metal monsters! Scarecrows!
I had the wrong
And stick with them!
weapon equipped. Kind of hard to take down a scarecrow with a shotgun. Thank you. Now. Okay, there's the red road. This road, this tar road, is the one that has the convoy on it.
Looky! A buried car!
And it's a loop for the convoy.
Max! Praise me! Praise me! What hallowed relics do you think it holds?
Come on.
Stay put.
Yes, camera protectors. Don't be long, please.
I want to deal with the guy with the armor for a moment. If you don't have enough speed, you can't break the armor.
Sir, convoy of epic proportions.
You just gotta whittle away.
Forget not the grand mojo what sits on the hood.
The dude's people.
Power for us. Expose them and stick them. He left his mob to seek glory.
Where is he? There he is.
His armor must go.
Come on. There she goes. One more good hit. There we go. Very car. Don't see this very often. Hold on. Where's it at? So you see these every once in a while. Sometimes you can get something interesting that's used just scrap. Has to just scrap. That's good. Sometimes there's a chance that certain ones might give you something you don't have. Less likely. Dodge that particular event. Get out of the car. Oh, yeah. Come on, get up. I don't know. We get to where we can dodge these guys. Come on. There we go. Now they're annoyed. Alright. This is good. Boom. Done. And you're done. Alright, so grab that. That model, and we'll grab these spare parts, and we'll grab these spare parts. Okay, so now we have this particular ornament. Yeah, I like that one. Let's install this one on the back. Let's look at it. So the vehicle combat hasn't changed that much. It actually has gotten smoother on the driving. So, if you played the game previously, the big ticks of the current game are she has there's been improved melee fighting. The gunplay is about the same. And the vehicle combat is a little better. I think I have enough to get all the way there. So, is this game worth going back to? I would say yes. I think MadMax got a bad rap mainly because of the glut of games that came out when it did. And if its minor issues are just exaggerated. I totally think it's worth going back and playing. If you've never played it before, the storyline's a little weak, but it's not bad. And the progression system's real good. And it gives you the feeling of like playing Grand Theft Auto or similar type games, but without having to deal with other players and just being able to chill. So like I said, I would definitely recommend going back and taking giving the game a second look if you haven't looked at it in a while or if you've never played it before. I'd say it's worth And besides, he's at least handsome. But this is MadMax. Have a good night.